Rich, you've been doing a lot of MEPS. MEP is a multi-employer plan. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? I don't think people understand what is a multi-employer plan.
Sure, Bonnie. Happy to. Yeah, we've been doing MEPS, multiple employer plans, for over 70 years now. So we have a lot of experience in them. And what, think about first, definitionally, what is a multiple employer plan? It is a plan which has more than one employer participating in the program, and by and large, these employers are not necessarily related to each other. So you can have different plan sponsors from different industries, so to speak, within one program. So you might say, well, okay, that's interesting, but why would I want to be part of a multiple employer plan? Really, part of it is outsourcing a couple of things. Typically, you're outsourcing the fiduciary oversight of the plan. And we've talked before about the various fiduciary roles, whether it's the 316 administrative fiduciary, whether it's the investment fiduciary aspect of the plan. But essentially, that's all built into the program. The other thing that's built into the program is economy of scale. As the plan, as this multiple employer plan gains more employers, gains more assets, gains more participants, you start to build economies of scale. Everything from sharing the cost of a common plan document. I want to be careful with what I say, common plan document. Each individual adopting employer can actually have their own provisions. I can have different eligibility from another employer in the program. I can have a different level of matching contribution than some other employer in the program. So there's a fair amount of independence in terms of plan design. But again, the fact that we're relying on one master plan document with individual adoption agreements brings efficiency to the whole program. The investment platform. As the investments of the program grow and grow, we start to get better economy of scale in terms of pricing the various investments that go into the program. And again, the fiduciary role of overseeing a multiple employer plan, again, because everybody's in one program, because we're all consolidated with one record keeper, and because all of the administrative practices are consistent throughout the program, you tend to get a better way of managing and overseeing the operations of the plan. So again, it tends to streamline and ease some of the fiduciary burdens, which, by the way, are pretty much relieved from the employer. The only the only primary fiduciary role that the client has is to make sure that they feel that the program is appropriate for them and their participants.
Sounds like there's a lot of economies of scale.
It's
a
lot of benefit.
Maybe people worry about some inflexibility, being part of one big thing, so I lose control. That might be what I said. What do you think?
That's a good question. And quite honestly, with the MEPS that we've put together, we see a lot of flexibility in terms of plan design options. So I don't see any limiting factor in terms of overall plan design. What about match?
Profit sharing and all that too?
Yeah, each employer who adopts that program can actually create their own matching formula that's different from everybody else's matching formula. You can do your own profit sharing type allocation that is separate and apart from the way somebody else does in the program. So a lot of those flexibilities are there. There might be some limitations, and when I think about it, for example, if the master plan document, if the election was not to have a loan provision, well, then nobody can have loans, but quite honestly, most 401k plans are built with a loan feature. So, at the master plan level, that's a switch we could turn on or off. Most likely it's going to be on for that group of employers anyway. So, again, in my experience, I haven't really seen much in terms of limiting factors, although it's an important point to note. You need to make sure that the various options are appropriate for you as the plan sponsor.
So about investments, everybody has to sign up for the same investment platform?
Well, again, that's part of the beauty of the program, where we'll have an investment advisor who's tied into the program, who's working with all of the member clients. So again, part of the economy of scale is to offer a similar investment lineup across the board to all employers in that single MEP. That's generally how it would work.
That's how you get efficiencies.
Economy of scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and I will add too, Bonnie, that we recognize it's a significant decision for single employers to consider becoming an adopting employer and joining the MEP, but there are no criteria that you remain in the MEP. If you find out subsequently it's not for you, you can leave at any time.
Now, how about can you comment on the additional costs? If there got to be some additional costs?
Well, the only additional costs, I can talk about that on a couple of different fronts. Number one, if it's a closed MEP, meaning all of the participating companies are in the same industry, there is a lot of economy of scale because we can do one audit of the entire
And
plan
that's a big savings.
that
Yes.
is shared by everybody.
Yes.
If it's an open MEP where there are different industries, then we still need the individual audit. So, I mean, that's the only real distinction there. But again, I typically see economies of scale overall more from the investment platform side.
Yeah.
As
I
the
agree.
scale of the investment side of the
amount money
equation
that
grows.
Yeah.
And that Pentegra will provide the single employer who's considering joining the MEP with a cost-benefit analysis to indicate if there is significant savings.
Right?